What is up, you guys? It's Ashley and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm gonna be trying out the entire, well, not the entire, maybe about 80% of the Physicians Formula Organics Wear line, just so that way you guys don't have to. And no, this video is not sponsored whatsoever. It just kind of dawned on me that I really don't talk about Physicians Formula much on my channel, with the exception of butter bronzers, healthy skin foundation, and like a shimmer brick that I got maybe about 7 years ago. So I really wanted to dive deeper in the brand and figure out, do I love any more of their products? I saw that they had an organic wear line out and I felt like that would be a really awesome place to start. They have foundations, they have primers, they have several different things. So we're gonna run through it today. I'm gonna let you guys know if I love it, if I don't love it, and also let you guys know what I personally feel is worth picking up. So make sure you guys subscribe by clicking that subscribe button. Also, while you're at it, turn on those notifications so that way YouTube will notify you when I upload. All you have to do is click that little bell next to the subscribe button and wham bam, your notifications are turned on. And with that, I think that's it. I don't have anything else to say. So let's get into the video. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and jump into it. I do want to note that my brows are done and also my eyeshadow and lashes are done, because this video is primarily going to be focused on complexion products. The organic wear line doesn't really have any eyeshadows or anything like that. I do know they have an eyeliner, but I figured, you know what, I might as well just do my eyes off camera and really just focus on skin, because we never really do that on this channel. So I have a variety of different products, from primer, foundation, cream contour, cream highlight, blush, and then I also threw in some other Physicians Formula products into the mix, like this butter collection that they created in collaboration with Whaley. We have 2 blushes, 2 highlights, and 2 bronzers. And I also threw in 2 products from the Natural Defense line, so a powder and a concealer, just to get a full complexion look. So let's actually jump into it. I'm gonna first start off with their primer. This is what it looks like. I'm just gonna pop off the cap, and it is a pump. On the back, it says that it is infused with aloe vera, jojoba oil, and cactus flower. And it says it is a mineral-based primer that's going to moisturize, protect, and prep your skin all in one. So I'm gonna take a little bit onto my hand, if it'll come out.
Bruh.
There we go. Ooh, this is kind of like, I don't know, I wasn't expecting it to be white. Not sticky. Feels very, very moisturizing, actually. And it doesn't have a scent to it whatsoever. Ooh, this feels good on the skin. It's definitely more like a cream-based primer, which isn't a bad thing. I will definitely say I feel like this primer instantly added nice hydration to my skin. Not gonna lie, it does feel slightly oily to touch. So I don't know how I feel about that, but it did give my skin a really, really nice luminosity. It looks good, so let's actually move on to foundation. I do have a foundation here. This is the Organic Wear Foundation, and it looks like it is in a dropper form. It is a soap foundation, and it has jojoba oil in it. On the back, it says Ultra Nourishing, Ultra Fluid, Weightless Organic Foundation. It also says it improves appearance of skin tone and texture and delivers a silky second skin airbrush dewy finish. Ooh, we need that. I did pick mine up in the shade medium because I did self-tan the other day. So I'm hoping this will be dark enough for me. We're just gonna start applying it to the face. Ooh, this looks like it's gonna be a decent match. I'm gonna do 3 drops with a damp beauty sponge. I'm just going to start patting it. And as you can see, I'm not going in with any color corrector at all. I really wanna see just how much this foundation covers on its own without any additional help. And wow. This is pretty. This is really pretty on the skin. I'm a little impressed. Okay, Physicians Formula, we see you. We do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build it up to see if I can get like full on coverage. I'm gonna do an additional 3 drops, and I'm gonna go in with my damp sponge and start to buff and blend it out. Of course, I would get foundation in my eyelash the day I start off with my eyes already done. Sounds about right. Wow, I swear Physicians Formula has some really, really awesome products in their line, especially foundations. Like, So after building it up to 2 layers, I will say the coverage is beautiful. However, I kind of feel like the foundation is just slightly too light for me. This is like one of those moments, like one of the only times I wish that it oxidizes a little bit, just so that way it matches my neck a little bit better, but we'll see how things go. I'm going to continue on and I'm going to put the foundation right over here. I also want to know, I really love the dropper of this foundation. Sometimes I feel like dropper products just aren't as good because it doesn't pick up enough product and it doesn't come out altogether, but this is really, really nice because it picks up a decent amount of product, and as you can see, I was able to squeeze out a ton of that foundation onto the skin. So definitely a bonus. Alright you guys, so this is what the foundation looks like on my skin. As you guys saw before I put on the foundation, I had a lot of blemishes right around my chin. That is an area that I tend to get a lot of breakouts. That's a problem area for me. So I'm pretty impressed with how much it really covered up all of those blemishes and breakouts. I also have sunspots. You can kind of see them peeking through just a little bit, but it's something I'm not too concerned about because I'm not necessarily going for like full glam all or nothing. I really just want to see how these perform and how they build on my skin. So this is exactly 2 layers of the product. It feels really nice. It doesn't feel heavy, greasy, or anything like that. So with that being said, I do want to move on to the next product in this collection, which is going to be the Physicians Formula Natural Defense Concealer. Now this isn't a part of the organic wear line, but I definitely wanted to get a concealer to make this a full complexion look. So this is what it looks like right here. I picked up the shade Light Medium because the shade before this was way too light. So I definitely didn't want to go with something that was too light for my skin tone. I'm going to just press on the tube to see if I can get it to actually come out. Is that how you do it? Oh, it says on off. Oh, so it says on off right here. I guess you twist it to turn it on and turn it off. So it's on now. Just gonna squeeze until the product comes out. Oh my God, what's happening? Let me do it the other way. Bruh. Hello? Oh, ooh. Okay, got some of it out. It looks a little dark, not gonna lie. I wish there was just a shade lighter. Yeah, this isn't gonna do much for me. Wow, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to take this back. This isn't gonna do much brightening for me. It's definitely like my skin tone, which is a bit unfortunate, but I guess we're really not going for any brightening effect today. I really do like the applicator though. Kind of reminds me of like the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer that I was so obsessed with years ago. Would pick up my exact shade. I'm just putting some on my forehead. Why? I have no idea, because it's not like I'm highlighting or anything like that. I really wish I would have got the lightest shade, but honestly, if light to medium is just like my skin tone, then like I'm pretty sure there's not going to be a shade for like very fair complexions, but that's just me. That's what I think. Not sure how I feel about it as of right now. I do want to talk about it a little bit. It says it has SPF 30, so it has sunscreen in it, which is really good. And then also it has total coverage, so it's supposed to be like full on coverage. I'm gonna use my sponge and I'm just gonna kind of pat it out. Kind of sucks that I'm not gonna have like a bright-eyed under eye, but you know what? You live and you learn, peeps. Honestly, I need to try out Physicians Formula products more often because my skin looks incredible. Honey, you better watch out. I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and I'm just gonna start to buff my eyeshadow out because I really want it to blend into my concealer and my foundation. I don't really want any harsh dark lines because I'm trying to go for more of like a natural look even though we have full-blown eyeshadow on. Y'all know how it is. By the way, I did use the Going Coconuts palette by ColourPop. So pretty. Once I found out the Ola Chola palette was actually discontinued by Becky G in ColourPop, I was like, okay, I need another go-to palette. And I've really been reaching for the Going Coconuts collection by them. It is really pretty. It does lean a little bit more cool tone, but I'm not opposed to it. I really like it. Before I go in and try to set down that under eye concealer with finishing powder, I definitely want to go in with some more cream products because I'm such a rookie when it comes to creams. When I start adding powders and then creams, things start to get a little messy. So I always like to go in with my powders last once I have all of my creams down and in place because it's a lot more easy for me personally. So I'm going to go in with a sculpting bronzer from the Organic Wear line. This here is in the shade Toffee. I want to say this was the latest shade. There was one more shade that was slightly deeper. I want to read some specs on the back of the packaging really quick just so I can let you guys know what it's all about. It says it is an ultra blendable and buildable bronzer loaded with hydrating antioxidants to provide a healthy all-over warmth to your skin. Now, the way I personally like to use products like this is I like to take a brush that has a slight slant to it. This here is the foundation number 47 brush by Sephora Collection. One of my favorite brushes to actually apply these kind of products because I have full control over where I'm blending it. So as you can see, I'm taking this product and I'm just putting it all over the bristles. Then I'll really start at the temples and just kind of brush it into my hairline. This is adding really, really nice warmth to my skin without being too dramatic. Now, one of the biggest reasons I actually like to put it on a brush and then apply it is because I feel like I have more control and I just feel like I get more of a better blend as opposed to going in with the product straight out of the tube. I feel like I put on way too much and it gets really hard to blend out. Let me know if I'm the only one. It could just be me since I'm a beginner in cream products. I don't really know how to work with them straight out of the tube, but just applying it with a brush gives such a different effect. Like, I love the way it looks. Cream products are insanely beautiful, especially during like the colder months. I feel like whenever we go into winter and stuff like that, my skin tends to get really, really dry. So working with creams is like my best friend. But in the summer, honey, no, count me out. I live in Florida. My face will literally melt.
I'm melting! Melting! Oh, what a world! What a world!
Yeah, it is not good, but that's just my little 2 cents on it. This cream bronzer looks incredible on my skin. I'm really glad I went with the shade that I went with. I do want to take a little bit of this and put it alongside my nose just to add some color because it's looking a little flat. So I'm going to take this brush right here. This is just by Collab. This is our concealer brush. And I'm just going to take a little bit, like I said, alongside my nose. And I did the same thing where I put it on the brush and then I'm just kind of like tapping it just because I feel like I get more of a natural effect that way. I'm just taking that sponge now and I'm just tapping it right over that cream bronzer just to give it more of like a natural effect and not like 2 stripes of bronzer on the side of my nose. Like, that's not a good look on anybody.
No.
But that is beautiful. I'm honestly obsessing over the way that things are coming out. I do want to go in with a blush. Now, they do have this blush right here from the Organic Wear line. This is a Dewy Blush Elixir. And on the back, it says it is a lightweight, easy to blend formula. Revives cheeks for a visibly smoother, plumper, fresh, and dewy look. It's going to enhance cheeks with a natural looking color, leaving a long lasting glow. And it's enriched with anti-aging organic superfruit, so cranberry and blueberry. The shade I picked up is this really pretty peachy shade. It is called Gorgeous Peach. You guys know I live for a good peach blush, so I had to do it. Ooh, I actually kind of broke it. That needs to be fixed. Clearly, I don't know how to work with cream products or cream packaging.
Well, obviously.
I'm just going to use my Going Coconuts palette and I'm going to pump out a little bit of the cream blush. Whoa. That is pretty liquidy. I was not expecting that whatsoever. I was expecting something a little bit thicker in formula. The brush I'm going to use is this one right here by Sephora Collection. This is a Pro number 56. I'm just going to take my brush into that cream product. Ooh, and my brush is very saturated. And I'm just going to smile and pop it onto my cheeks. This definitely isn't as pigmented as I thought it was gonna be, but it's pretty. I mean, I feel like it's not showing up on camera as much as it's showing up in the mirror, but I'll definitely put on a little bit more just to see if I could build it up. So I pumped out just a little bit more onto the Going Coconuts palette, and I feel like you have to put on a decent amount of this for it to even show up, because I feel like it's showing up a lot more on this side than this side, just because I applied a very, very thin amount over here. So I'm going ham, I'm going all in, just because I want to see. Okay, all right, we see it come through. I'm just gonna take the bottom of my sponge and tap it out just so that way it blends a little bit better. But so far, this looks really pretty, you guys. Like, my skin looks so luminous, it's unreal. Unreal. The next product I'm gonna go in with is a cream highlight. This here is the Organic Wear Dewy Highlighter with jojoba oil. I'm going to read the back of the packaging. It says that this is an ultra blendable and buildable highlighter with loaded hydrating antioxidants to provide a healthy glow to the skin. It's a multi-use cream to powder highlighter, okay, infused with nourishing ingredients to help achieve a naturally brightened look instantly. So far what I'm getting out of the Organic Wear line is that it's meant to make your skin look very hydrated, luminous. It's filled with so many amazing things for your skin, like jojoba oil, antioxidants, all that stuff. So I'm going to just go straight in with this. I did pick up the shade called Dew Frost. So hard for me to actually find shade names on Physicians Formula packaging, so that's definitely a downside, but I did want to swatch it. So pretty, so luminous, so glowy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some onto my finger, like so, and I'm just going to pat it right here. Alright, so I'm really focusing on patting this, and you can see it leaves a really, really nice luminosity on my cheeks. I'm gonna take a little bit more and I'm gonna pop it right over here. This is a pretty highlight. I'm actually going to switch and I'm gonna go in with a brush because I wanna see what it'll look like if I just go like this, you know? Like, this is definitely gonna give me like that wet look that I know it's something like you're into or you're not into, but I feel like that's the beauty of makeup. You can try things, see what works for you, what doesn't. And that is stunning, like gorgeous. I'm gonna put some right here on my temples too. Now, because I live in Florida, I definitely need to go in with some kind of powder to set some areas down and in place. Otherwise, this is gonna slip and slide and it's gonna come right off my face. So I am gonna use the Natural Defense finishing powder. I have the shade Light, and I'm gonna take a little bit of this and use it directly underneath my eyes to set that concealer down and in place. I was noticing some creasing a little bit earlier before I actually went in with all of my cream. So I'm just gonna take this, set it down. Since this is a Natural Defense powder, it's not gonna look heavy whatsoever underneath the eyes. This is a powder that I am very familiar with. I definitely feel like the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder is a spot on dupe for this, or this is a spot on dupe for that. You guys understand what I'm saying. I filmed a dupes video not too long ago and I did include this in there, and it's a product I really been enjoying. This here is just going to tone down some of that shine, especially for those of us who can't really pull off a super dewy look without it falling apart throughout the day. Also, because this powder is more of a lighter shade, I can actually use this to brighten up the center of my face. So like underneath my eyes, I'm using a sponge and I'm kind of just pressing it in all the areas that I want to be a little bit more mattified throughout the day. And so far, This is the look. It looks very, very beautiful. I am going to go in with the Whaley collaboration now, the Butter Collection, because I do want to go in with a more beaming highlight. I'm going to take this light shade right up here. This is called Whimsical, and I'm just going to pop it on the highest points of my cheeks directly over top of that cream highlighter just to see what's up. I'm actually gonna mix this color and this color. So both highlighters called Golden Hour and Whimsical. This is gonna act as a really pretty like blush topper too. Now I'm not really gonna go in with any of the blushes or bronzers in today's video because I still wanna maintain that very dewy, luminous effect. You can definitely go in with powder directly over top if you wanna kind of mattify things down, but for the most part, I'm gonna keep things just like this. I do, however, wanna go in with a lip color. I'm gonna use this by LA Girl. This is the Sugar and Spice lip color. And I'm gonna use this to line my lips because I do have one of the organic wear lip products to try on from Physicians Formula. Okay, so let's actually go in with the lip product here. This is the Organic Wear Tinted Lip Treatment. I did pick mine up again in a peachy shade. This here is called Tawny Nude. Peachy shade, it's actually a nude. So I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna put it all over my lips. Ooh, this is really, really moisturizing. And this is a really pretty color too. Wow. Okay. Hello, hydration. What I'm doing now is I'm going back into the Going Coconuts palette by ColourPop, and I'm finishing off my lower lash line just because it's looking a little bare down there. And then once I'm done, we can kind of zoom out and talk about the final and completed look. So I did zoom out a little bit just because I personally feel like things look so different zoomed in than they do zoomed out. And after zooming the camera out, I really love the way my face looks. Not to say I didn't love it zoomed in, but it just gives an overall different effect. I look hydrated, dewy, glowy, luminous. My skin is glistening. It looks wet, like so pretty. This isn't a look that I gravitate towards often, but now that I did it on myself, I kind of want to do it more. Is it something I would do every single day for like longevity? No, I feel like a makeup look like this wouldn't really last very long for me personally. I live in Florida, so it gets really hot, it's humid. I'm sweating just walking to the car. So I don't feel like this would last very long, but it is really pretty. I feel like this is one of those looks where you want to look put together, but you don't really want to put on a ton of makeup. Granted, I did do a lot of steps, but I applied products that were very lightweight on the skin to give more of a natural effect. So the Organic Wear line definitely is really nice. The only things I really just didn't love is the cream blush. You can see it a little bit on my cheeks. Maybe it's something I have to get used to. I really have to experiment more with cream blush, especially. I'm really familiar with like cream contours and stuff like that because I really love the one from Fenty Beauty. So this one was no exception. It was absolutely beautiful. It blended like a dream, like it literally melted into my skin. So a product I would really recommend is this one right here. This is the Sculpting Bronzer in the shade Toffee. So if you are of my skin tone, I feel like this would be a really great option. Another product I really loved is the foundation. It's buildable coverage. So if you don't really have troubled skin like myself, you can apply a very thin layer and you are good to go. But if you struggle with blemishes or acne like myself, you can definitely build it up to your desired coverage, which is exactly what I did in this case. And it looks flawless. Amazing on the skin. Another product that I really loved, but it's not in the Organic Wear line, is the Natural Defense Powder. I've said this once, I've said this twice. Spot on dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Micro Powder. So definitely check this out. It's $15, $30 savings. but do what you want. Also, last but not least, a product that I really loved and thoroughly enjoyed is a lip product by Physicians Formula. This is the tinted lip treatment in the shade Tawny Nude. This is so buttery, so moisturizing on the lips, and it gives off amazing pigmentation. I'm all about this nude shade right here. So those are pretty much my thoughts. I definitely feel like the organic wear line is worth checking out. I will have some of my favorites listed down below along with asterisks next to each and every single product that I know, love, and would recommend to you guys based on this first impression. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have not already, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. You've come this far, you might as well just press the button and click that little bell so that way YouTube will notify you when I upload, which is every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you guys so much, and until next time, I'll be sure to catch you guys all on the next one. Deuces.